this shit in me. Niggas put on this shit in me. Yeah, your boy put on, but Erik, this shit in me. Man, I told him colon locomotive. Shitting on these niggas irresponsibly the coldest. They leave candles on mantles for my opponents. I got cash on any asshole that thinks he's solid. With Cap Darwin, now let's get the party started. Put your right hand up if you fresh tonight. Put your left hand up cause I'm fresh tonight.
What's going down, y'all? We live and direct here in Long Beach, California. I got a special guest with me today, straight from the Wrigley's, you know what I'm saying, at the LBC.
Yes, sir.
Got your man here, Erik, the Anthem lead. What's up, Erik?
What's poppin', dog?
Same old shit, man, different toilet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you guys don't know who the Anthem Erik Lee is, he's a producer that has worked with the likes of, go ahead, man, handle it. I'm not even in that category to even explain who this man has been.
Okay, Snoop Dogg, Exhibit, Trady, Goldie Love, Toya Williams, and just now the General's List too. Compton Ave, BG Perico, Crooked Eye. Man, the list goes on. And then all my homies and all they homies, and then everybody else that need music, all they homies. So yeah,
this is definitely one of the most talented and really hands-on producer that I've witnessed. You know what I mean? I've been in many studios and I've been in many situations to where I've had sat down with producers and see them work and see how they get down with their craft and unique, real unique man right here. So why the name the Anthem? What made you come up with that name, and why was that part of your strategy as far as being known as a producer?
Well, I mean, so I've been Anthem. I'm 30 now. I've been the Anthem since I would say about 16, 17. Originally, I started playing music in the church, playing the drums. I played the drums since like 4 years old, and so when it came to choosing a name for production, it's like, what do you know what I mean? You gotta go for some extravagant. If you're gonna be producing, obviously you're gonna be behind the scenes,
right?
But you still gotta have an impact with something. So, just one day I thought, I'll just do the Anthem. This is well before Blue Cross took on the Anthem and Blue Shield, which I'm not already thinking about that. Health insurance, well, anyway, as it is. But so then I looked it up in the dictionary, and it was like, national anthem, some everybody sings, but then it's also something that a chorus or something from church, and it like resonated with me. I was like, okay. And then it's also that the energy and effort that I try to bring to every track and everybody I work with. So if you hear the Anthem, because there are anthems out here, but you hear the Anthem, you know that it's something that I did and I put my all into, and that's pretty much just, it's like the metaphor for the effort I'm giving the artist, or I'm giving my own production as a whole.
Right.
So yeah, that's where that stemmed from. And I've been that ever since, and I bring that to the table every time, and that's that's what people get. So.
That's dope. So like you said, you are was in the band in church, right?
Yes.
And in school
and
as well
keys,
too, and the keys.
Yeah.
So basically, do you have a certain genre about you? Like, I mean, is it, as far as like, I know I've heard you, do some jazz, you've done some R&B, you've done some hip hop. Right. Do you have a limit? You know what I mean? You gonna start doing EDM in a minute, or what's going on?
Man, and I've done EDM too.
Well,
So it's you know what? It's hard to say, but I'm a hometown boy. I'm Long Beach, West Coast. So I love the off top G-funk. Obviously, I love jazz. I don't really love classical that much, but you gotta appreciate and respect what these guys did before computers. Before, they were writing their stuff out. And for a whole 40, 50 people to play at one time and stuff like that. But, wow, yeah, I do it all. It's hard to say because it's all about what the artist brings, or if I'm vibing a certain way. A lot of times it's like an exit for me, or like a vent. Some people journal. I can take my life experience and paint it through music.
Right.
And over time, I've learned how to pinpoint that energy or that emotion and draw it out via music. Right. So, I mean, obviously my first influence I would say is Timbaland. If you listen to my music, you see it's very intricate. I feel like intricate music helps keep the mind smart, and you know, we've been hearing all this dumbed down type stuff, and it's like, well, that's another story, but
right.
that was one. And then you got Swiss Beats, you got Dr. Dre, of course, you got Battle Cat, you got DJ Quick, got everybody that I would say around that early to mid, and then pretty much the whole 90s, beginning of 2000s is where, early 90s for sure is what got me influenced and interested, but then those guys really sustained and showed that music could go any direction. You turn the radio on at that time and you would hear a song and you would know, oh, this is an East Coast artist. You would hear a song and go, oh, this is a West Coast artist, right. Because it was just, everybody had their own pot, and
it was just kind of, you know, segregated to just coast music.
Right. And we all liked each other's sound, right? But, you know, then you got to where, I forgot how I was gonna say it, what I was gonna say, but there's you know, having that West Coast music, having the East Coast music, you would have where you would hear a track from Timbaland, and then you would hear another track from Timbaland. It would sound nothing like that first one that you heard.
Right.
Different drums, different instruments, different everything, to where now everything sounds the same, and you almost can't tell producers apart.
Right.
And I always made sure I stayed studying in that area. That way, whatever the industry came with, because the industry is always evolving,
right,
that I wouldn't be out of touch or would not, you know what I mean? I always went for something more than what it was at the time.
Right. So. When we talk about Timbaland, I mean, Timbaland, a lot of people don't know, Timbaland, he does a lot of commercial music, you know what I mean? A lot of music in commercials.
Right.
I think he had one, I could be wrong, like Ziploc and stuff like that, like those little type of commercials.
I'm more than likely.
Yeah, because you know some of the commercials be having all that weird popping stuff, like, you know, it sound like they made they threw a gang of pans in the sink and
right.
And then put them in the back trunk of a car and roll down the street with them. You know what I'm saying? Timbaland, sometimes, you know, Timbaland, he'll go nuts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they said somebody he had wrapped a pencil with a piece of tape and was hitting something on the microphone just to make a certain sound in the beat. Like when somebody's doing that,
creating their own instruments, basically.
Yeah, Dr. Dre did for Busta Rhymes in a song called "The Legend of the Fall Offs." Instead of using a snare for talking about how, you know, people are dying in the industry, you know, musically, he poured some dirt in the studio and used a shovel on the microphone to make that the snare. You know what I mean? Or somebody to put that kind of effort into your song, that's a lot bigger than, you know what I mean? Like that's where my mind state has always been. I always do something bigger and better than what it is, because they laid a template so high. Right. It started to go down, but it's like I'm not gonna go that direction, because then I won't be able to compete if these guys were to ever drop. And they're all doing it. Right. Everybody's dropping. So it's like anybody that didn't hold their respects up high for what has taken place already, and train themselves. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about competition, because I believe like nowadays, although we do have a little like quarrels, you know, beef here and there, you know, with artists and everything like that, and some producers too. You know, they got the little producing battles now. I think it was supposed to be Timbaland versus Pharrell or something like that.
Yeah.
Supposed to go down to somebody. Swiss and Just Blaze. I think that's dope.
Yeah.
I think that's really dope.
A lot of that.
We need that hip hop. Yeah. We need a lot of that type of stuff, because we are missing out on a lot of the essence of hip hop nowadays. Right. It's all been just, you know, drained away and stripped of its natural beauty. Hip hop has.
Right.
And so with that, I'm talking about competition. What do you think about competition now? Because back in the day, it was harsh. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now it's kind of like, you know, we'll clown for a little bit and then we'll do a record, you know what I mean, the next day. And I mean, do you see a lot of that, you know, being a weakness for hip hop, or do you see it as it being an embracing of each other's cultures and each other's, you know, different, you know, styles too?
You know what? Like, as far as competition is concerned, when it comes to music, everybody has the gift of music. If you're a true musician and you're doing it, then you have a gift. Now, you have to work hard to make that gift something spectacular. And when it comes to competition, I know how much work I put in for myself, so I only compete with myself. Right. Now, these guys, when my original influences they would influence me a direction musically to learn. Now I'm learning, oh, this is how this goes, or this is how this goes. And to where, you know, as it started going down and music started getting less and less, I started finding, you know, inspiration in music further and further back. And even just inspiration on my own, sitting down and just creating. Now, as I started with gifts, there are a lot of producers out here that you don't even hear of, that you don't even know about, that are doper than a lot of the cats that are on top right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or on top right now. Right. You know? And so it's hard to say any other competition than myself, because as long as I'm doing the best I can do, nobody can fuck with me.
Iron sharpens iron.
And that's just what it is. And it works well with other artists that feel that way and other producers that feel that way. Right. When we work together, we put egos aside. We know we're trying to make the best record possible, whether this guy got it right or this guy got it right. Let's both, you know what I mean? So, competition I can't speak on but myself. Right. If I'm not fucking with me, then
who is? Basically,
that's the bad situation.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, a lot of your music that I've heard and I've seen you create has been, you know, I would think they've been well thought out and well planned.
Right.
But we had a session the other night. Now, y'all got to get ready for this. We had a session the other night where you had these two brothers come over, Cadillac Stretch and what was the cat's name?
Slick.
Slick.
Yeah.
Sorry, Slick. I apologize, man. I'm names, you know.
Yeah.
Mess my head up a little bit.
Then, you know, you get the personal names and their artist names too. Everybody got like 8 names.
I'm gonna start making my own name up for people.
Yeah.
That's all.
You know, it's called a family.
Yeah, just hey, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
Family now. Yeah.
But I was here. You know what I mean, doing a little, you know, extra footage from my man, and basically, I mean, these guys came in. They had an idea for a song that they had laid out and, you know, had ready and everything, and actually recorded it. And you heard what they had, and it took you about a good 2 minutes to incorporate everything in your head and be like, okay, drop. You guys, you know what? We'll just play a couple little things for y'all. We'll let y'all in on the secret that we're talking about.
See that, bro. Yeah. That was a good one.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
My songs for the niggas in the slums who ain't been in church in months. Went in front of the detective, turned to months. Cold as silence, but they stomachy rough, they ain't getting no lunch. Wasn't raised on no silver spoons, cause that shit only finished ramen noodles. So they call us losers. We was cursed as a
So when they told me about the song, they told me the idea, and they played me, you know, what was going on in their original, and I was like, okay, they're talking about some epic but down to earth type stuff, and I'm like, okay, this doesn't need to be synthesized. This needs to be big band, like a real acoustic, like, and they perform with a live band, whom, you know, I perform with now, playing the keys. But at that time, it was like, okay, I know this needs to be a big band sound and not a synthesized sound. And I think you saw as I attempted the beginning, I started on the drums on the keyboard, and I'm just like, it's not the feel that it's gonna bring. So I had to go to the drum set and play the drums live in. And that alone just opened it up to the live performance. Because, you know, when they play the live band, that drummer, once he starts kicking, it's a wrap. So I'm playing both, and then it's like, okay, I'm picturing in the stuff that they're saying and the way, the direction they're going, and I just find that the motivating tones that support what they're saying. Vibe that I brought to it, it's like an effect, you know what I mean? Almost like, what's like Darwin's energy? It goes this way, it doesn't disappear. You know, I was beatboxing in science class. so I was listening all the way.
So them atoms and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I didn't go all the way into it, but I know that energy, you know what I mean? And it was like, it came to me and I'm like, okay, this is what suits.
Right.
And of course, as I'm building it, they're here. So they're telling me yes and no, but also letting me vibe and do how I'm doing.
Right.
And, also too, man, I train myself in listening to movie scores, which have a lot of dynamics and switches and changes.
Climaxes and stuff.
Yeah, that hip hop, really. Like, can you imagine if the dopest hip hop or the dopest movie scores decided to do hip hop for a week?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you turn me down just a little bit?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah. You can start me from the top. Songs for I'm just trying to get this shit done.
Yeah, take your time.
Niggas in the slums who ain't been to church in months. When in front of the detective turned to monks. Cold as silence, but they stomachs erupts. They ain't getting no lunch. Alright, let me get it back.
Cadillac Stretch, also known as Maximilian, one half of Nakfa Jennings. You know what I'm saying? Now at King.com.
Yeah, so the other half of Nakfa Jennings is Nick. It's my brother, man. We've been doing this shit for a little minute. He pulled me in this motherfucker. I was just there hype, man, for a while.
You know what I'm saying? Not for Nakfa.
Not for NAKFA, motherfucker.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We've been working with my dude Anthem here for a few months. It's funny because we were supposed to have been linked up a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? Right. But it's time is everything, and the stars aligned and we finally here. You know what I'm saying? Just banging out some classic shit, some real music shit. You know what I'm saying?
Cold ass producer, man.
You know what I'm saying? Work ethic, ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
I dabble.
Energy just right.
Yeah.
Real though. Show love since niggas been walking in this crib, man. Opening this crib up, niggas like.
You have to.
For a minute.
You have to. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you for that too, man.
Yeah, all day, man. Straight from Ohio. You know, they don't know us from nothing. You know what I'm saying? But my boy, shout out to Pat. You know what I'm saying? Because he vouched for it.
What up, y'all?
You know what I'm saying? And that's where we at right now.
That's all I'm waiting for y'all, bro. It sounds just they gotta be alive. That's the only way to really bring it to life. Just hearing that, and then now going back to hip hop, where most of the time it's a loop or it's this, and you know what I mean. And so it's like, okay, I know what this is missing off top. I know the elements I need. I know everything.
Right.
And so from there, I structure it from that standpoint. And when it comes to live, when it comes to like trap and all that other stuff, I can still incorporate that in, but when it comes to playing the drums live and all that stuff, you got it. I focus in on having that, you know what I mean? They go to the stage and perform that. They can have some pianos, bass, drums, but then they can also have somebody play the trumpet come out, somebody play the flute come out, somebody play the harp come out. You know what I mean? Where they have a full-on orchestra playing along with that, and it sounds still like the original, obviously greater, but that was kind of, you know, what I went for with it. And then when they rapped it and it came with that energy on top of it, it just came to life. Like, I mean, and that's how it happens when the vibe is real like that and it's cool. It's transparent, and that's how the sessions go. It happens in an epic way.
Right.
So no silver spoons, cause that shit only fed us ramen noodles. So they call us losers. We was cursed since we fetus. Fought for our freedom, then we got it. And then they killed our leaders. So who the hell we supposed to look up to? Oh, I get it, the niggas that cook up. See what they trying to do? You look lost before you in this loop. They trying to kill our dreams on that balcony, and that's the truth.
So can you tell us what's out there? What's out there hot that you got out right now? What are you out there promoting, and what are you out there hitting the streets hard with? Your Instagrams, your Facebooks, Snapchat,
Man, okay.
Black Planet.
Yes. Man, it's everywhere. If you haven't seen or heard of the Anthem's Gas mixtape yet, you Yeah, that's it right there.
Fire.
19 tracks produced by me, top to bottom. Honestly, it's more than that because of the interludes. They each have maybe 1 or 2 beats in them as well. I'm on a couple of them. The lead single was This Shit In Me, myself and Cap Darwin, who's a homie. Shout out Cap, what's up, boy? It's my dog. That was the lead single. We just dropped a visual for More Than That, which you filmed and did, you know what I mean?
Right.
That thing came out plush. The homie Dolo did one off of there called Backstreets.
Okay, that's plush.
But yeah, man, I've been pushing that. It's just a good energy, good time where you throw it on if you vibing with your friends or partying, whatever. You know what I mean? It's for that.
Right.
That's what gas is. When you want to turn up, you need gas.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that was just to get you to where you're going. As well as I have a single called Break the Mold that I did. That's G-Funk.
Fire.
Yes.
Fire.
It's G-Funk, man, and that comes from, you know, spending time working on that sound over these last couple of years. Like I said, while everyone was going that direction with that sound, I still wanted to know, how did they come up with that G-Funk like that? And then it, you know, it kind of disappeared, so I'm like, okay, let me still stay over here because it's gonna be relevant again. And so, the helicopter came and tore down. You in Long Beach and the helicopter just come reverberating shit like that.
As long as they don't start circling.
Yeah. And so Break the Mold, man, that's I honestly, man, I was making the beat. I was here and then I just felt something special happening.
Right.
And I was like, let me film me laying this line. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm gonna put it on Instagram because I've been trying to show people how to do this.
Right.
You know, a lot of times I'm like, you know, I don't need to be all out in the front and all this stuff saying I make the dopest beats and all this kind of I don't need to because I worked hard enough for myself to know that, you know, but now it's time to showcase. And so I'm like, you know what, I need to show myself, at least film myself doing this. And just one day after making that beat and posting it, sometimes it just happens. You sit with the beat and all of a sudden you just hear it. And I just start scribbling. And then I scribbled and then that hook came out and then I was just like, dude, this is nasty. So wrote another verse. Yeah. You know what I mean? Shout out to the homie Trady. Shout out to the homie Goldie Love. Like, yo man, check this out. This is like cut from what the East Siders used to do. Right. Am I doing it right? You know what I mean? Right. Yeah. And in the humblest respects to my dogs, you know, that I'm pulling this information from. Right. Is it right? They say yeah. So I said here.
They vouch for you.
Here you go.
Yeah, Trady vouch for you, then you know you pretty vouchful.
Yeah,
you're straight. You know what I mean? Yeah. The general, when the general say it's straight, and not that little short white dude with that bucket head that be slanging car insurance. I'm talking about Trey D, Long Beach vet, the general, the real general.
Man,
that's what we talking about.
The realest it gets times 10 million.
Times 10 million. That's real talk. So I mean, how is it being in Long Beach, knowing that the sound that we used to have in Long Beach, which the epic Long Beach sound, which is now not here anymore, or you have little trails of it around, but a lot of rappers, they detour from using that sound when this was basically, I believe, you know, the city that really, you know, hit it hard, hit that funk hard. You know what I mean? And full speed ahead. You know what I mean? I mean, with Snoop, with, you know, Warren G, with Nate Dogg, with, I mean, even Daz, you know what I mean? His early production, it was real funky and getting it cracking. Yeah, oh yeah, Daz. You know, Daz is fire. But well, I mean, what do you think about that? What do you think? I mean, I know, you know, music has changed, of course.
Right.
Not really for the better, but I mean, it's decent. Right. You know what I mean? What do you feel about that? Like, do you feel the city has been disrespected because they're not, you know, staying true to what Long Beach is about and how it got on the map, or?
You know what? First of all, just the sound of hip hop in general has evolved, and what they've deemed acceptable has evolved into that sound. Right. So, I can't say that it's disrespectful because anybody that's from Long Beach, that's still in them.
Right.
You know, so I say they're going and doing, either that's their lane for the artistry that they're doing, and you know that's what works for them, or it's, you know, I gotta eat, I gotta make something that's on the radio, that's this and that's this, and that's what they spin it, and so they become well crafted and skilled at that sound. I mean, I can really truly only speak for myself. I feel in that aspect because I stayed close to that sound just because I felt it would be disrespectful to go, you know what I mean?
Go straight
to you know what I mean? To at least still be able to showcase from what they built for us to, you know what I mean? If I'm a Long Beach artist and they built for me to be able to say I'm a Long Beach artist, and you know what I mean? It's like I always find a way to pay homage through my music, and that was one of those things. To break the mold was one of those,
right?
You know, and I mean, to me, it was a more difficult style of music, and I felt like if I knew how to do that, it didn't matter. You know how West Coast music is. It's live instrumentation. Yeah. Trap and G-Funk it's two completely different things. Play Metro Boomin, you play DJ Quick, you play Battle Cat, you're gonna feel two completely different ways.
One has more of a soulful feel, and one is just nod your head, swing, yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Feel good, you know what I mean? Feel good type music. And I believe that's what we're missing. You know what I mean? A lot of people just, you know, went the 100% trap way. I mean, I don't have trap music is trap music. I don't have anything against trap. Don't get me wrong. Right. But I mean, we need a balance.
As far as our turf,
we need a balance.
Yeah.
Our turf is funk. Yeah, our turf is funk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it would be to just like funk and that's it. It would kind of be, you know, that wouldn't make sense. But to favor it, there's no problem with that. Right. Especially coming from Long Beach.
Right.
Anthem music. Yeah. 500 hertz. Yeah. Erik Lee. They done kicked the ball off to Devin Hester, knowing full well it's gonna be flag for touchdown celebration excessive. I can't blame me for knocking out the park what I've been destined. Most lucrative advice, stay away from that guy. WEST is in my bloodline. Boy, I'm from the Wrigley's. Fuck with the North and fuck with the East Side. Representative of Long Beach in my own lane, hold the torch high. Bang so hard, pulled through your hood, breaking all porch lights. This ain't pretend, I'm just so fly. Swag dismembering your grind. Sharpen all corners like porcupines. Slaughtering opponents in my leisure time. And you niggas was just a warm-up lap. Hit the jets, watch me take over the map. Wanna producer, didn't wanna rap, but I leave contusions on all you acts. Started this beat on Instagram, but I'm not in it for glitz and glam. CEO with no puppet man. Yeah, ring the alarm. Best dressed, there's no tomorrow, fam. Erik Lee.
You can get on my level, but you can't. Think that you hot as a devil, but you ain't.
It's the beginning of me and all of the bullshit cease. I'm rapping and singing this heat, and I make all of my beats. Stomping and mashing these weeks till extinct. On my own label, 500, yeah.